Welcome to the unbelievable world of rare coins, where a single cent from 1979 with a tiny D mint mark can be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny. One single cent. Now, before you brush this off as another coin collector's fantasy, stick with me. Because this isn't just about coins, it's about the possibility that you could be sitting on a life-changing treasure right now and not even know it. Let's rewind the clock to 1979, a time of disco, the first Walkman, and economic uncertainty. The U.S. Mint was pumping out Lincoln Memorial pennies by the billions. Among them, at the Denver Mint, a mysterious error occurred, so rare, so unique, that decades later collectors are still scrambling to get their hands on these elusive 1979 D-era pennies. This wasn't just any misprint. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, and even transitional errors that slipped through undetected. Until now, only a tiny handful of these coins are known to exist in pristine, high-grade condition. Their value? A stunning $1.8 million in today's high-demand collector market. That's not hype. That's reality. These coins are turning everyday Americans into overnight millionaires. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Many of these valuable 1979 D pennies are still out there. Hiding. Forgotten. Tucked into dusty drawers, old piggy banks, or buried deep inside inherited coin jars from our grandparents. And the people holding them? Most have no clue what they've got. Let me ask you, when was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? Come on, it's just a penny. How can it be worth millions? Well, let me flip that on you. What if ignoring that 1 cent meant you're missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime? That's the fear collectors want to avoid, and the thrill that drives this red-hot market today. In recent auctions, verified 1979 D pennies with rare die errors have caused bidding wars that left jaws on the floor. One collector in Texas walked away with nearly $1.6 million for a single flawless example with an extreme off-center strike and doubling on the obverse. And the momentum isn't slowing down. In fact, the demand is heating up, especially among high-net-worth investors and collectors eager to secure one of the rarest modern-era coins ever minted. Let's pause for a second. Quick question. If you were handed $1.8 million for a penny, what would you do first? Pay off debt? Retire early? Buy that beach house in Florida? Maybe you'd finally take that trip to Europe or build the dream business you've always put off. That's the power hiding in a single overlooked coin. It's not just about money, it's about freedom. It's about transforming the ordinary into something extraordinary. And that's why now, more than ever, you need to check your coins. Specifically, your 1979 pennies with the D mint mark just below Lincoln's portrait. Look closely. Inspect the lettering. Check for doubling, misalignment, or anything unusual. Even if you're not an expert, don't worry. There are tools, communities, and trusted grading services that can help you uncover the true value of what you have. Just imagine the joy of finding out that a coin worth 1 cent could fund your dream lifestyle. Still with me? Good. Because here's where it gets really intense. As awareness of this coin spreads, more and more people are checking their collections, their jars, even their childhood piggy banks. And with every discovery, the available supply shrinks, making high-quality error specimens even rarer and more valuable. The clock is ticking, and what's scarce today could be priceless tomorrow. So don't be the person who hears about it years from now and says, "I had one of those once, but I didn't bother checking." Regret has no resale value. But knowledge? That's your $1 million edge. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. In life, we're often taught to chase big things, big jobs, big investments, big risks. But sometimes, the smallest things, the forgotten things, hold the greatest power. A 1979 D penny may look like nothing. But in the right condition, with the right error, and in the right hands, it becomes a legacy. So open that drawer. Grab that jar. Check that pocket change. Because your journey to wealth might start with just 1 cent. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, subscribe now for more tips on discovering hidden treasures in your own home. We're uncovering $1,000,000 coins, one penny at a time. And who knows? We're talking about a real US coin minted in 1967 without a mint mark. A coin so rare and valuable, it's turning everyday Americans into accidental millionaires overnight. So before you toss that jar of change or let your childhood coin collection gather dust, pause. Because that little 1967 penny could be your golden ticket to a new life of financial freedom. The kind of life where you don't just dream about luxury, you live it. How does a simple copper coin end up commanding 7 figures on the open market? Is it an error? Is it a fluke? Is it luck? Stick with me, because in the next 10 minutes, we're going to dive into the thrilling story of the 1967 no mint mark penny, uncover its secrets, and show you exactly what to look for before someone else snatches that fortune right out from under you. A year of cultural revolution, moon race momentum, and yes, an unusual shift in American coinage. Due to the Coinage Act and a nationwide effort to curb coin hoarding, the U.S. Mint decided to remove all mint marks from coins that year. That means every 1967 penny was technically a no mint mark coin. But here's where it gets fascinating. Not all 1967 pennies were created equal. While millions were minted and circulated, only a select few came with minting errors so rare they've become the holy grail for collectors. These errors include doubled dies, off-center strikes, and in some truly jaw-dropping cases, misaligned dies that created a completely warped appearance. These are the coins making headlines today, and they're not just valuable, they're life-changing. Imagine someone buying a home, paying off debt, or even retiring early, all because they took 5 minutes to check their pocket change. The excitement is real. And the urgency? Even more so. As more collectors catch on, the demand for these 1967-era pennies has skyrocketed. We're talking intense bidding wars, private collectors offering 6 to 7 figures, and auctions so hot, coins disappear in seconds. You might be thinking, but how do I know if my 1967 penny is one of those? Great question. You'll want to look for key features: a doubled image in Lincoln's profile or lettering, an off-center strike that shifts the image away from the center, or even a smooth edge instead of a proper rim. But here's the catch: you can't always tell with the naked eye. Sometimes, it takes a magnifier and a bit of know-how. And that's exactly why watching this video until the end might be the smartest thing you do all week. Let's pause here for a moment. I know this sounds a little intense, but look at it this way: your junk drawer might be worth more than your 401k. Who knew all that loose change and lint could hold the keys to a luxury lifestyle? You don't need to dig for gold, you just need to check your change. Every day, people like you, busy, hardworking, maybe even a little skeptical, are discovering rare coins worth millions. Some inherited collections from parents or grandparents. Others found a valuable penny in a parking lot. And a lucky few? They simply took the time to look. The 1967 no mint mark penny with a rare error isn't just a collector's dream. It's a powerful reminder that wealth can be hiding in plain sight. While others overlook their spare change, you now have the insight and the awareness to cash in before this knowledge becomes mainstream. Not all $1,000,000 pennies look like $1,000,000. And in our next video, we're going to reveal the top 5 hidden details that even experienced collectors often miss. Clues that could be sitting in your wallet right now. Take action. Grab your change, get a magnifier, and start your treasure hunt. And if you found this eye-opening, inspirational, and just a little thrilling, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so you never miss a $1,000,000 tip, and share this with someone who might be sitting on a fortune without knowing it. This isn't just about coins, it's about possibilities. And your journey to a wealthier future might just begin with a penny. See you in the next video, where we go even deeper into the secrets of America's rarest coins. We're diving into the jaw-dropping truth behind this rare coin, its unbelievable value, and why collectors are racing to get their hands on it. So don't blink, because this tiny cent is big money in disguise. The year is 2015. Millions of pennies are minted and distributed across the United States. Most are common, ordinary, easy to overlook. But among them, a rare anomaly slipped through the cracks. A 2015 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, hiding a striking minting error that would eventually send ripples through the numismatic world. Unlike the usual Philadelphia minted coins, this penny lacks a distinguishing mark, making it the needle in the haystack every coin enthusiast dreams of finding. Now you might be thinking, come on, it's just a penny. How can it be worth over $1 million? Well, let me ask you this. Would you ignore a scratch-off ticket someone handed you for free? Of course not. Because even the smallest chance of life-changing fortune is worth paying attention to. And that's exactly what makes this penny so incredibly powerful. Its story, its rarity, and its explosive market value. The discovery of this 2015 no-mint mark penny wasn't made in some dusty collector's archive. No, it came from everyday Americans, people just like you, sorting through change, coin rolls, or childhood piggy banks. They stumbled upon a small coin that felt different. That's the first lesson here. Wealth doesn't always come gift-wrapped. It's often disguised as ordinary. Experts and collectors quickly recognized the pattern. Some of these coins displayed unusual features: off-center strikes, double dies, planchet errors, or misaligned designs, all indicators of a minting error. And when these elements appeared on the no-mint mark 2015 penny, the value skyrocketed. One pristine example recently sold for $1.3 million in a private auction, setting off a frenzy among collectors nationwide. Suddenly, a 1-cent coin became the ultimate collector's trophy. Here's something to think about. While billionaires are trading stocks, savvy collectors are quietly trading pennies for fortunes. And the demand? It's climbing fast. With supply dwindling and awareness spreading, prices are only going up. Now here's where the urgency kicks in. Every day that passes is one more chance for someone else to find this coin before you do. Every minute you hesitate could mean missing out on what could be your very own $1 million breakthrough. So I have to ask you, when's the last time you really looked through your spare change? That coffee can full of coins in your kitchen? That box in your attic from the 90s? You might be sitting on a hidden jackpot, completely unaware. Not with panic, but with purpose. Because the people who find success in coin collecting aren't always the most experienced. They're the most curious, the most determined, the ones willing to look closer. Let me drop a quick pattern interrupt here. Have you ever had a friend brag about buying Bitcoin at $100? Well, this is your moment to be that person, except instead of cryptocurrency, you've got copper and zinc. Just imagine the look on your friend's face when you tell them your pocket change paid for your next luxury vacation or even your retirement. And here's the cliffhanger that will leave you thinking all night. Some experts believe there are still dozens of these 2015 no-mint mark era pennies out there, quietly passing from hand to hand, unnoticed. The question is, will you be the one to find the next one? So don't wait. Start looking, start learning, and most importantly, start believing that the road to wealth might already be in your hands. If this video sparked your curiosity and fired up your desire to change your life through rare coins, hit that subscribe button. Because next week, we're uncovering another unbelievable penny that's turning regular Americans into millionaires overnight. You're digging through a forgotten box of old coins passed down from your grandfather. Dusty, dull, seemingly ordinary, until you spot a 1973 Lincoln penny with a tiny D under the date. You toss it aside without a second thought. But what if I told you that this very coin, the 1973 D-mint mark penny, could be worth up to $1.4 million today? Yes, that penny you thought was worthless could be your ticket to financial freedom. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why it's so valuable, and how to turn that copper treasure into real, life-changing wealth. Now I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? But trust me, this isn't some fairy tale. This is real. Collectors and investors alike are paying obscene amounts of money for rare era coins like the 1973 D penny. This is your chance to join the ranks of smart sellers cashing in on coins hiding in plain sight. Let's dive into the truth behind this $1 million discovery and uncover how this humble little coin became the silent superstar of the numismatic world. Back in 1973, over 3.5 billion pennies were minted in Denver. That's a staggering number. So why on earth would one be worth over $1 million? The answer lies in errors, rarity, and condition. You see, not all coins that leave the US Mint are created equal. Some leave with mistakes, misstrikes, double dies, off-center impressions, and die breaks that make them one-of-a-kind anomalies. And these minting mishaps, especially when found in excellent condition, send collectors into a frenzy. That's exactly what happened with the select few 1973 D pennies. One particular example with an extremely rare die clash error and an unusually sharp strike sold for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million at auction. What made it stand out? It had no post-mint damage, crisp Lincoln features, a perfect rim, and, most importantly, an unmistakable error that elevated its status from spare change to treasure. This isn't just a penny, it's a mistake-turned masterpiece. Have you checked your change jar today? No? Maybe you should hit pause, grab it, and bring it here. Because you never know, this next part might just change your future. Most people have no idea how many valuable coins pass through their hands in a lifetime. They tip a waitress with a $5 bill and a $1.4 million penny without ever realizing it. That's the fear that drives collectors, the fear of missing out. But you're here. You're informed. You're ahead of the pack. Something worth 1 cent, for over $1 million. That's not just pocket change. That's retirement money. That's debt-free living. That's paying off your mortgage, traveling the world, or even launching your own business. One coin, one moment, one decision. Demand for these coins is rising every single year. Collectors are searching high and low, bidding higher and higher, and the market is hotter than ever. The time to act is now. Not next week. Not when inflation settles. Right now, there are auctions happening where coins like yours are being scooped up for life-changing money. The window of opportunity is wide open, but only for those who step through it. You check your old jars, your coin albums, those random drawers in your garage. You look for the 1973 penny with a Denver Mint mark, and then you inspect it carefully. Any odd features? Striking errors? Signs of doubling? You get it appraised by a reputable coin dealer or send it to be graded. And you don't settle for less than it's worth. You're not just holding a coin, you're holding leverage. How many pennies have you ignored in your life? How many chances have you walked away from without even knowing? This could be your redemption story. The day you went from coin owner to coin seller, from curious viewer to empowered millionaire. And here's your cliffhanger. Coming up next, we're revealing 3 more Lincoln pennies worth over $2 million that might already be in your possession. So hit that subscribe button right now, turn on notifications, and be the first to know when the next hidden treasure is revealed. Because the truth is, you're not just watching a video. You're unlocking a new lifestyle. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that's worth more than most luxury cars, a single penny that could unlock the kind of financial freedom you've only dreamed about. It's not a myth. It's real. And it might be sitting inside your old coin jar or tucked away in that shoebox you haven't opened in years. Yes, we're talking about the elusive, high-value 1988 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, a small piece of copper that's shaking up the numismatic world and is now commanding a jaw-dropping market value of $1.5 million. And no, that's not a typo. But before we dive into how this 1-cent coin has turned everyday Americans into millionaires overnight, let me ask you a serious question. When was the last time you really looked at your pocket change? You might want to start now, because the clock is ticking, and the demand for these rare pennies is skyrocketing. Let's rewind to 1988. It was the year of big dreams, iconic movies, and economic changes. But amidst all of that, something unusual happened at the Denver Mint. A rare error slipped through quality control. It was subtle, almost invisible to the naked eye. But that one tiny mistake would go on to create one of the most valuable coins in American history. The 1988 D penny with a transitional die error is now a hot commodity among collectors, the kind of treasure that serious buyers are willing to pay life-changing money for. This error isn't some flashy misprint. No. It's much sneakier. The 1988 D Lincoln penny was mistakenly struck with a 1989 obverse die, specifically, The reverse of the 1989 Lincoln cent, which had minor design adjustments to the FG initials near the Lincoln Memorial. Most people wouldn't even notice. But coin experts? They've been on a nationwide hunt for this exact variation, and they're offering millions to secure one in top condition. Fear missing out yet? You should. Why is it worth $1.5 million today? The answer is simple: rarity plus demand equals power. Only a handful of these era coins exist, and their value is being driven higher every year by high net worth collectors, museums, and even investors looking to diversify their portfolios in rare assets. Yes, that's right, people are now treating rare pennies like fine art or vintage watches. One wrong coin in 1988 has now become a right ticket to wealth in 2025. And let's not forget the market frenzy. This isn't just about owning a coin. It's about owning history. It's about prestige, exclusivity, and yes, bragging rights. I mean, imagine this at a dinner party. Oh, I casually sold an old penny I found in my drawer for over $1 million. That'll stop conversation dead in its tracks faster than a magician at a board meeting. But what's really stirring excitement in the community is the growing competition. Every major coin show, auction house, and private sale is buzzing with talk about this 1988 D penny. The window to act is closing, and collectors know it. If you've got one, the question is no longer if it's valuable, it's how soon can you cash in. So now you know. The 1988 D mint mark penny isn't just a copper coin. It's a rare opportunity to break free from financial limits. It's a beacon of hope for every garage digger, estate seller, or nostalgic collector who ever wondered if their old pennies could be worth something. The truth? They can be worth everything. But the story doesn't end here. You see, experts believe that several more of these era coins are still unaccounted for, possibly resting unnoticed in private collections, estate sales, or even inside junk drawers across America. One of them could be in your home right now. Still think you don't have time to check your change? First, take a close look at your 1988 D pennies. Examine the reverse carefully. If the FG initials appear closer and bolder than they should be, you might just be holding one of the most desirable coins of the decade. And if you're not sure, don't worry. We'll be sharing more videos breaking down exactly how to spot these differences with ease. Don't let this be the coin that slipped through your fingers. Subscribe to this channel right now, because in our next episode, we're revealing another Lincoln penny that recently sold for over $2 million, and it's even easier to find than the 1988 D. We're diving deep into one of the most underestimated yet highly demanded coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint, the 1998 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could change the way you look at loose change forever. The 1998 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny may look like any other cent from that era, but this coin carries a story that only seasoned collectors understand, and now, so will you. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this penny was never meant to be rare. But due to a combination of misstrikes, off-center errors, die cracks, and most notably, a peculiar planchet flaw, this coin quickly became the ghost in the machine of modern coinage. While millions were produced, only a microscopic fraction of them were born with the right combination of errors and pristine preservation to skyrocket in value. Now here's where things get exciting and urgent. In recent private auctions, select 1998 No Mint Mark Lincoln pennies with specific era combinations have fetched as high as $1.6 million. Yes, million. That's not internet hype. That's authenticated value backed by serious collectors and elite investors who know how rare perfection in imperfection can be. And here's the twist. These coins were originally part of everyday circulation. Someone once bought chewing gum with $1 million penny. Let that sink in. The demand is soaring. Collectors are chasing these coins like gold during the California rush. Why? Because there's a growing belief in the numismatic world that certain coin errors from the late 1990s, especially in pristine uncirculated or proof-like conditions, are dramatically undervalued. This has created a perfect storm of scarcity, mystery, and monumental market potential. But let me interrupt this serious tone for a second with a little humor. Imagine telling your friends you're a millionaire because of a penny. Hey, I didn't invest in crypto, I invested in copper. Jokes aside, this isn't about being lucky. It's about being aware. And those who pay attention win.do I have one of these rare 1998 no-mint mark pennies? That question alone should send a chill down your spine, because the clock is ticking. Every day, someone cashes in at a pawn shop or sells on eBay without knowing the true value of their coin. Don't let that be you. The coin market is heating up, and once a coin like this hits the headlines or a bidding war erupts at a national coin show, the value jumps fast. That's the power of momentum in the rare coin world. And let's be real, in a time where people are searching for stable investments, generational wealth, and unique assets, nothing hits the sweet spot quite like a penny that turns into a portfolio. This isn't just collecting, it's elite investing disguised in copper.so. Before you throw your next penny into the tip jar, take a closer look. Grab a magnifying glass. Scan your old change jars, family coin collections, and inherited stashes. Because if you discover a 1998 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with that air-rich DNA, congratulations, you're sitting on six figures, and maybe more. And here's your cliffhanger. Coming up in our next video, we'll reveal the second most valuable penny from the same era, worth even more, and even harder to find. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Before you go, let's lock this in. Subscribe right now so you don't miss future updates on rare US coins that could change your financial future. Share this video with friends or family who might be holding treasure without knowing it. And drop a comment if you've got a 1998 penny. Who knows, you might be the next big story in the coin world. This isn't just about coins. It's about opportunity. It's about unlocking wealth from what others overlook. And in this world, knowledge is worth far more than a cent. We're diving deep into the extraordinary story of the 1937 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, an unassuming coin that's become one of the most sought-after collectibles in the world of rare American currency. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who stumbled across an old penny during spring cleaning, this story will make you rethink every coin you've ever handled. And yes, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this particular penny is turning ordinary folks into millionaires. When America was slowly recovering from the Great Depression, the Lincoln wheat penny was a symbol of resilience, bearing the image of one of the most respected presidents in U.S. history. But here's where things get interesting. The 1937 penny from the Philadelphia Mint bears no mint mark, which in itself isn't unusual. But thanks to an incredibly rare combination of minting errors, die varieties, and preservation conditions, some of these pennies have skyrocketed in value. And one particular coin recently shocked the numismatic world when it sold for a staggering $1.7 million at auction. You might be thinking, okay, but what makes this coin so valuable? Great question, and here's your answer. The most prized 1937 no-mint mark pennies possess flawless luster, deep striking details, and most importantly, a rare error, like a doubled die obverse or a misaligned strike. These tiny minting anomalies transform a simple cent into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. And with fewer and fewer of these coins in pristine condition surviving today, demand is off the charts. Collectors are aggressively bidding for them, driving prices higher with every sale. This is not a trend, it's a movement. When's the last time a penny made you nervous? I mean really nervous, as in, did I just spend a $1.7 million coin on a candy bar? Nervous. Because once you learn what to look for, every penny you come across will keep you second guessing. It's a thrilling feeling. Like treasure hunting, but in your own home. Now you might be wondering, how do you know if your 1937 penny is the $1 million one? That's exactly what we're going to uncover next. To start, check for that no mint mark under the date. If the coin is from Philadelphia and has no visible mint mark, you're on the right track. Next, look closely for signs of doubling, especially around the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust. Use a magnifying glass or take it to a local coin expert. Even a minor die error could dramatically boost its value. Condition plays a huge role. If your penny shows full wheat stalks, sharp edges, and a brilliant shine, congratulations, you may be holding a rare gem. And if it's uncirculated? You might be holding a small, copper-colored miracle worth more than most luxury cars. Now comes the part where dreams become reality: selling the coin. Auctions houses, private collectors, and even museums are on the hunt for this exact piece. And when word gets out, the bidding war begins. The key is knowing the right time to sell, and having the confidence to walk into that room knowing you hold history in your hands. There's more than one valuable 1937 penny out there. In fact, experts believe several of these high-value coins remain hidden, waiting to be discovered by someone just like you. Will you be the next millionaire coin owner? Or will that life-changing treasure slip by unnoticed in a handful of loose change? You don't need to be a collector. You don't need to be a historian. You just need to be curious. Because the next time you look at an old penny, you might realize it's not just copper, it's your legacy, your freedom, your new beginning. If you found this story fascinating, and if you believe your coin collection might hold a hidden fortune, don't let that chance pass you by. Subscribe now for more exclusive insights into rare coins, high-value finds, and strategies to turn old pennies into serious wealth. Drop a comment below if you think you have a 1937 no-mint mark penny or any coin you suspect might be valuable. And share this video with friends and family, because who knows? You might help someone else discover their million-dollar moment. Remember, opportunity doesn't always come dressed in gold. Sometimes it's hidden in the pocket change you forgot about. Keep looking. Keep believing. Now, before you toss that jar of old coins in your kitchen drawer, you may want to take a closer look. Because what we're about to uncover today could literally change your life. This isn't just about coin collecting, this is about discovering hidden value, unlocking wealth that's been sitting right under your nose, and joining a growing wave of Americans who are cashing in on their forgotten treasures. Stay with me, because what's inside this story could make the next 10 minutes the most valuable part of your day. The 1953 D penny was minted in Denver, part of the iconic Lincoln Wheat series. Over 700 million of these pennies were struck. But here's where it gets exciting. Only a select few have survived in pristine condition. And even fewer contain ultra-rare minting errors, the kind that make collectors, investors, and even museums go absolutely wild. You find a 1953 D penny with a doubled die, off-center strike, or clipped planchet, all legitimate and documented errors from the Denver Mint that year. Suddenly, you're not holding a penny. You're holding a rare artifact, a piece of American history so rare that it has sold for up to $1.8 million at high-end auctions. Think again. This is wealth in disguise. And with the numismatic market booming and coin-collecting communities growing larger by the day, these rare Lincoln pennies are in incredibly high demand. There's a wave of excitement, and some serious competition, sweeping through the collector world, and you don't want to be left behind. If someone walked up to you and said, "You're sitting on $1 million secret," would you ignore them? Or would you lean in, eyes wide, ready to discover what others missed? By the way, don't go running to the bank just yet. I know your fingers are itching to dump your piggy bank on the floor, but hang tight. Because the juiciest part of this story is still coming. Trust me, you'll want to hear this before you start flipping pennies like a Vegas dealer. Now, let's talk value. In today's collector's market, condition is everything. If your 1953 D penny is uncirculated or has a rare error like a repunched mint mark, RPM, or die clash, its value skyrockets. Some of these coins have graded at MS 67 plus and fetched record-breaking prices from elite buyers and investors. We're not talking garage sale chump change here. We're talking private collections, coin shows, and global auction houses where bidding wars erupt for these tiny copper kings. And here's where urgency kicks in, because these coins aren't just valuable, they're scarce. The market is heating up. Demand is growing. Wealthy collectors are hunting these down to complete their sets or hold them as long-term investments. The window of opportunity is closing fast, and every day that passes could mean the difference between a life-changing discovery and a missed chance. You dig through an old cigar box from your grandfather, and there it is, that deep red shine, that D mint mark staring back at you. It might just be the ticket to the lifestyle you've dreamed of: early retirement, dream vacations, or simply the freedom to live life on your own terms. All from a penny you never knew was priceless. Right after this video, grab your coin jar, check your drawers, flip those couch cushions, and start looking. The 1953 D penny is out there. Maybe it's in your home. Maybe it's already in your hand. Don't wait for someone else to find the fortune that was meant for you. And before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Because next week, we're uncovering an even rarer coin, one that's been dubbed the ghost of the mint, worth over $3 million, and it might be hiding in your pocket change right now. You do not want to miss that. This is your journey to wealth, your gateway to a richer life.